swing it round. Whoop with a wickedest sound. What with a whiler? What with a styler? Zik with a zook with a zook with a styler. Check 1 2, check 1 2. As we ride, as we roll. The big watermelon's inside. As we check it 1 to the left, crack it open and have a sniff. Have a go, have a riff, have a sniff, have a gift. Have a gift, have a gift. Left to the right, left to the right. Bust it up. We got the watermelons, grapes, lemons and oranges inside. We shake it to the left, we shake it to the right. Up and down and bubbling high. To the left, to the right. Zook it high, run it high, run it red. Superman is out there and Super Ted. As we ride, as we roll. Dungeons and Dragons is the wickedest flow. Step into the maze, get lost inside. The dark side of the moon. We step inside. This to that, this to that. Run the track. The dark side of the moon. It's very scary. Illuminating. What with a grating? Step inside with the fascinating lyrical ride. Step inside with a brand new style. Left to the right, left to the right. Car this, car this, car this. Enter this, enter this, enter this. We like to smoke a bit of cannabis. With a rhymer, with a rhymer. Step, step, step inside with a cider. Step inside, rough it up. You might sound like Chucky and you sound like this. Don't move, don't move, don't move. Don't move. Don't mess with the chuck. Don't rock with the chuck. Don't step with the chuck. Rough it up, rough it in. Chucky's a good guy, let's begin. Don't move, don't move. My name's Chucky, how are you? Left to the right, left to the right. Zup with a zup with a zup with a side. Enter this, enter that. With the track, with the track. Car this, car this. Blissy, blissy, bliss. Chicky, chicky, chick. Step with a what with a whisk. What with a whisk, with a what with a whisk, with a this, with a what with a this. Enter this with the sound. Na 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 nikalapa. And we're on a jungle mission. Jungle in your face is what you're wishing. That with a mic, what with a mic, up and that with a step inside, this to that and this. Car this, with a fantastic bliss. Left to the right, boom it high. John and Dave at a rave. They went up the road and see Mr. B. What he said, do you want this? And I said, what is it? And he said, it's an A for this. I said, thank you very much. How much for that? £20 and a jungle track. I said, thank you very much. What do you want? And they went, I want a sugar lump and it's got to be good. So I went, okay, you can have that. You can have 2, 3, 8 or 7. I said, I'll give you 20 quid and keep it shut. So I went up the road, shut the door, and Richard came in and said, Barry, don't smoke anymore. I went, I want a couple. I want a bit of this and a bit of that. And they went, look, stick this in your little pipe and pipe down. I went, what is it? And they went, spice. And I went, is that life? And they went, sure it is. So they run down the road and shouted their heads off. And Barry went to the pub in the bar and dropped on the floor and he weren't seen anymore. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here and have 1 or 2. If they ask, I'll say, pull it in, let's begin. Switch, 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 let's begin. In the house, in the house, in the house. On the moon, on the moon, on the moon. Dark side of the moon, dark side of the moon. Up in the moon, up in the moon, dark side of the moon. Step, 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 step inside. With a style, with a mix, with a vibe. Enter this, enter that, enter this, and then enter that. No, okay. I'm losing. I'm losing it. No, wait there, wait there. Yeah, I'll do another one, Alan. I'll do another one.
Let's have a tea.
No, wait there. Barry was a bloke who had a good time. He went to the pub and fell down at the bar. So he said, John, are you all right? And he went, no, I'm in the John, and everything's not all right. I flushed the chain and fell down the hole. And Richard said, Barry, let's bloody go. So I went, I want a pint and I want to see that bloke in the back. He said, why is that? He said, he's got a good bit of stuff. And I went, thank you very much. What do you want? And I went, I flushed the toilet and I'm still sitting on it and it's gone down the hole. And I went, oh Christ, what you had? And he went, a little dot. And I went, what was that? And he went, a micro fucking dot. I went, thank you very much. What's going to happen? Well, I said, that'd be a hazard to shipping. I'll let me, you know it. So I went, thank you very much. I go to the party and I walked in the house and they said, Barry, not here, mate, we don't want you. And they went, what do you want? And I went, I want a special pint. And they went, yeah, have that. And it was great. It was a great bloody night. And I thought, thank you very much. Yesy, pleasey, please. Do you want a smoky smoky? No, I'll have a bit of cheese. I went, thank you very much. How's Barry's cousin doing? And he went, well, he's in the prison and he's running things. I went, no, he's not. He's not very nice. I'll give him a baseball cap and I'll give him a bit of spice. And he went, what's that? And I said, Mamba, that's for sure. And they went, better be a knock at your door. So he's gone out in the garden and it's whistled past his ear. And I said, oh, Christ, this looks like a jungle to me. And I went, right, how much do you want? And he went, 2, 3 and 4. And I went, Barry, there'd be a knock at your door. And I went, thank you very much, that wasn't very nice.
Thanks, Barry.
I'll stick your head in the cupboard and believe you and me, I might give you a lump. And they went, what sort of lump? And I went, sugar lump or a horse's pill. And they went, Barry, are you for real? I said, yes, I am. I'll give you a horse's pill. And they went, that's a new one on me. We better start selling them. And I went, yeah, horse's pills are very bloody good. If you get a real one, chances are you'll never be seen again. So I like a bit of Bishy and a bit of Bart Simpson. And they went, Christ, who are you? And I went, I'm Bart Simpson. And they went, oh, Christ.
I'm struggling with this addiction.
Who are you
it's
for real?
How you might fly.
I said,
now
look at that
Mum's
t-shirt.
having a cry.
That's the dark side of the moon. And he went, Christ, Barry, are you sure? That's our map. There'd be a knock at your door. And I went, all right. I never knew it was. And they went, Barry, we think you're the Wizard of Oz. And I went, yes, I am. And I've got a top hat. And they went, what are you? And I went, I own a barrister's coffee shop down the road and I like a little jungle track. And they went, okay, I'll do you in. What do you bloody want? And I went, bit of this, bit of that, and I want to see Ron. So, if you like this or if you like that, I give you a little track and you'll be double stacking on the double. Trouble, trouble, toil and trouble, ubble, mubble, cubble, bee, bubble, rubble, bubble, see. Bubble, bubble, hubble, trouble, bubble, bubble, bubble. So if you want that or if you want this, send for Barry M and he'll give you a bit of that. If you want 2 or if you want 8. If you want 12 or if you want 6. I'll tell you what, there'll be a little trick. So if you want that or if you want this, talk to the hand and speak the Terminator, my man. And if you want 4 or a top hat, a horse's pill or a bit of a sugar lump, I'll tell you what I do. I'll give you 5 and stick your head in a bloody vice. So I'm not too sure about this and I'll cancel out this. I'm talking to my hand now. It's an alien and it's got a bit of a twist. So as we go back to this and as we go back to that, I like to do this, this, this and that. So do you want me to do an M&M track, Alan?
That's enough for now.
It's gibberish. Wait there, it's gibberish. It's gibberish, Alan. It's gibberish. It's gibberish. It's gibberish. Right, it goes. I roll down the road and go to the pub. I'll ask not for a pint of lager, I'll ask for a pint of Coke. Then I get in my drag car and go at the speed of light. And I'll tell you what, it'd be a super delight. So I go to the off licence and have 20 Benson. I like a see-through packet of silver Rizzlers without the bit of Benson. So I'll go up to the Hulk's place and see him in the house. And I'll tell you what, the puppet master had come out and said, look Barry, I'll give you an ounce. So I scoot off to Destiny's in bloody Watford. And I'll tell you what, it's a good place. There's a lot of wallets laying about. And so I once found 300 and I asked for a big ounce. And I run out the club and they were for sure. So I burnt down the motorway at top speed for real. So I went back home and got into bed where this really scary lady came out and said, Barry, you're dead. So I got out of bed and went in the garden where I looked at the moon and got very, very crazy. So I went fishing about 2 days later, and I caught a fish and it looked like an acid trip. So I swallowed the fish and said, Barry, you're done. So I ran all the way home crying to my mum. So what I'm going to do is get a clown's hat. I'm going to get a pair of shades and ask for a bit of an acid track. So don't worry, be happy, be happy. Just smoke the lovely cigarettes that you buy everywhere in town. I tell you what, I don't frown. I like a smoky, and that's without a doubt. So I'm going to get my motorbike out. So I cruise down the road at top speed, you know. I go about 25 miles an hour, and that's fast for me. I want a motorbike, a big shiny one, called a Ninja motorbike, and I buy it from Rex Judd. So I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about that. But I tell you what, let's do a little jungle track. So, that's for sure, Line Red. I tell you what, I am a bit of a nutty dread. I do this and I do that, and I read a bloody book. I don't really, I'm a bit bloody shook. So, without this and without that and without this and without that, I like to fly on doves, most of the time. So, if you want a sheet or if you want a load, go to Barry and he'll say, go with the flow. So, I end up back at the house with a big bloody knock. And I say, what was that? And they said, bit of white rock. So I say, yeah, rock to this and rock to that. And rock to this, always remember to rock to a jungle track. So I'll be off to a War of Destinies, probably bloody tonight. And I'll find the arena and give them a bloody fright. So what I do, I get on this and get on that. I hold the microphone in my hand and spit out something which goes like this and that. So if you don't know, enter this year flow. If you want to go, rock and roll. They say they built the city on rock and roll. So if you don't do this and if you don't do that, always go to the offie and buy a nice packet of fags. So I like an alcoholic drink, special brew, that's true. I like an alcoholic drink, special brew, that's true. And I like to crack the lid open and get it down my neck. And then they say, Barry, we think you're the best. So I'm not too sure about this or that. What I really like is a Bud Light, and that's a blimmin' good bit of stuff. It's a good bit of stuff, a good old Bud Light. I tell you what, they're selling it in the bloody pubs. So cancel everything else and have a Bud Light. I tell you what, it is a supernatural delight. I tell you what, it's really nice, that's for sure. I like Bud Light Lager, and I like to do a track, spit the rack, run the route, and I tell you what, Basil's about. So 1 or 2 or 8 or bloody 12. I tell you what, I think this sounds swell. So if you don't know, or if you want but pay less, go to the clown shop and get a bloody dress or a tartan skirt, that's for bloody true. What you do, you get a long pipe like that and say, fuck it, I'm through. Step out the bush like a South American, and they say, Barry, are you all right? And I say, nope, I've got my bong out. And they say, Christ almighty, you must be South American. And I say, yes, I'm the Apache good soldier, and I wear the very best. So you better beware and have a good bloody time. At all times, remember to have a good bloody time. So I do a rhyme and step it back to the track. Just remember, the Apaches say have a good time. The good and bad, the bad and good. An Apache will say, Barry, you're good, you're out. So you hear a helicopter coming from out the clouds and they say, Barry, we're going to drop you somewhere in Afghanistan. And I say, thank you very much. I'll be with my family then. And then all you hear is the President of the United States saying, Barry, I'm going to fuck you up. So I say, all right then, what's your name? And they went, Trump, that's true. And I went, Christ almighty, I've just followed through. And they went, right, that's good and all, we'll give you a bit of white. And then, where are you going next? I'm going to the White House to see my wife. And they went, oh Christ, that must be Barry then, that's true. Would you want a gold watch? No. I'm a gold merchant and I'm through with you. So I'll hack you up and dice you in a ball. And if they say what you want, I'll say, Barry bloody rules. So if you want this or if you want that, smoky, and run the track. Go on, Alan. Go on.
Stop it.
No, you do it. You
Carry
record
on.
it. I can't record it. That was good, Alan.
Is the red light still on?
That was good. I might not. No. Yeah, the red light's still on. Record it, Alan.
Still recording.
Yeah, just lock it off, Alan.
Stop it then. Press the white button.
What, this one here?
The white thing.
This one here, Alan.
See the white thing, can you?
With the red square in it.
That white button there.
That was quite entertaining, Alan.